guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Alicia, this is my husband Cameron, and today we're doing a mukbang and we're gonna talk about all of the truth and like little deets about the honeymoon that you guys don't know, which if you don't know,
the true Hollywood story.
Yeah, the truth behind the honeymoon. I posted 3 vlogs, so if you want to go watch our honeymoon vlogs, go watch that. We had so much fun and I love the vlogs. I think they encompass pretty much everything we did. There are some parts that were left out or just things that we didn't talk about in the moment, and we're here to tell all and spill the tea. So basically this is just gonna be like if we were talking to our family, because you know, you guys are my family. So we're just gonna eat our Taco Bell. I got a $5 of the box that's going around. I think it's a chalupa. It's a toasted cheddar chalupa. So I'm gonna eat this.
Is that like a fried taco? Good God.
I don't know, but I'm gonna eat that in my little $5 box. Cameron has a
lethal
party nachos because you can only get it in the party size. Every time we go, we ask if we can get like a half size, and they don't do it. They had the $5 one,
and it was that size, and it was like the best thing
Taco Bell ever made. But this is $10, so I don't know why they can't just like do a half box. Like, it's really dumb. But whatever.
And it has a warning. Alicia told me there's a warning.
There's a sodium warning, so be careful.
So like if you eat
this,
it will kill you.
But well, it's obviously meant for more than one person. But okay, so yeah, that's what today's little video is. We're basically just gonna talk to you like we're talking to our family, talk about things that happened over the vacay that were funny, like funny stories that weren't added in the vlog. So
the
if you
content too hot for TV.
Yeah, so if you want to go watch the vlogs first and then come watch this, awesome. Or if you just want to watch this because you want the inside scoop, go for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this mukbang / tell all.
Kick things off, why do I get a spork with nachos? That's interesting.
Does anyone else love the Taco Bell like Cinna stick things? They're so good. And they come in the $5 box. How cool is that? Okay.
Oh, that wasn't an extra thing?
No, it just came in the box.
Nice.
Alright, so let's try the, do you want to try this too?
What I want to try is some napkins, because this is going to be a mess. How is it?
It's not my favorite thing ever, but it's not bad or anything. It's just like not the best thing I've ever tasted at Taco Bell. I actually enjoy Taco Bell, so.
Very bland.
Yeah, right? It's not like that great. And then it comes with, the $5 box came with a Supreme Taco and then the Cinna Sticks, like I said, and a drink. To start this off, I have little notes of what I wanted to talk about because I figured if I tried to remember every story that I wanted us to tell, I just wouldn't on the spot, so. Love that mild sauce. So the first one is when I almost fell in a hole, so Cameron, take it away. And this would have been in Tennessee.
Yeah, so we decided to ditch Pigeon Forge because that was a nightmare. Especially because it's like the middle of a pandemic, so there's like no people wearing masks or anything. I don't know, I heard Pigeon Forge was busy, but I think we were both a little surprised that it felt like Disney World or something. We went to this little town to go to a winery thing, yeah, the moonshine place, and then there was a couple other things, and we're like, oh, we'll just stop at these. So Alicia had a couple too many wine samples and a wine slushie, big wine slushie, so she was pretty lit. And
Because at that point we hadn't eaten yet.
Yeah, so we were walking around to somewhere, and then we saw there was food trucks and some other stuff kind of up the road. So we're like, oh, we'll just walk up there. We're walking on the side of the road because there was no sidewalk or anything. So we're just kind of in this like field, and there's a sewage drain, or I don't know what it was, but there was a really big hole.
I don't either. It was just like a hole in the ground.
Yeah, really big hole, probably like 2 feet wide. And it was deep. I mean, it was probably 4 or 5 feet deep. So anyways, very visible giant hole in the ground. And then right there in front of this hole, and I just look over, I'm like, hey, there's a hole. And then I have to like grab her and yank her over, and I'm like, there is a hole right there. And she just, why are you yelling at me? Why did you grab me like that? And then she looks out, she goes, there's a huge hole right here.
It was actually giant.
I was so, because she was yelling at me, and I'm like, I just saved you. And
I thought you were making a big deal out of nothing, plus I was a little tipsy.
Yeah, oh, you were so mad, and I was just like, hole. Yeah, that was great. And then she just walked, she was like, thanks, and just started walking away again. And then we went to a wine tasting thing that was right there. and then we got food at the food trucks, and then we're walking back to the car, I think at that point, because we were leaving. I don't remember, but we're walking back. We go through that same field on the side of the road, and somebody almost falls in the same damn hole again. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, hole, what? Hole. She's like, every time. Yeah, that was how you probably would have broke a leg or something.
Probably.
Yeah, like that would have been bad. So yeah, that was the whole Holgate 2020. Hashtag stay out of my holes.
Next I have grocery store in Tennessee, because I knew you wanted to talk about that. This would have been the night before the Tennessee vlog start.
We did something and
because I was like, well, I don't want to start the vlog until like the next morning. So this would have been the night before, and we had just arrived. We like get into the cabin, we're checking it out, and we were like, what do we want to do for dinner?
I think we unpacked.
And we didn't want to. We didn't really want to get food. We want like get fast food. We wanted to like make something because the cabin was so cute and like, you know,
we wanted to just be there that night
and like go in the hot tub after and stuff. So we needed
toilet paper. That was it, because there was only one roll.
Yeah, we didn't need toilet paper, so we went to the grocery store to get toilet paper, steak.
Yeah, because we figured we'd just do like a basic
just
steak
stuff
dinner.
for like
so I think
dinner.
we did steak, potatoes, and like some.
It was just
beans
a simple steak,
yeah.
but. The steaks, weren't they like super expensive? For,
it was ridiculous. It was 2, I think, New York strip steaks. Like they weren't even fancy steaks. They were just
I don't know.
Basic steaks. And like for reference, at our local grocery store, I think I pay $7 a steak for like a pretty good cut of like a New York strip that's 12 ounces maybe or so. Like it's not cheap, but not like ridiculous. We went to, I think it was Kroger. Is that what was there? And Kroger here is known for being pretty cheap. So we were like, okay, we'll go to the Kroger and get.
Maybe it was, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go and get food because it'll be super cheap, whatever. Figuring we would save money for the rest of the trip to make our own dinner.
And it was right there.
Yeah, it was like right down the road. So
close to where we were, yeah.
I go get steaks and whatever, and then we get potatoes and all the other things. I think the steaks were like almost $40. I mean, it was ridiculous. We get all this food, and I think that dinner cost like over $100.
We should have just gone out.
Yeah, like it would have been way cheaper to go out for dinner. But the other part of this story was the toilet paper incident. We have all the stuff for dinner. I think we wanted to go look for like a bottle of wine or something, and then we needed toilet paper, and then by this point we're both just like, we need to get out of here because we'd been there for like half an hour, and it was freaking us both out. We walk over to, I don't know, like the toilet paper section, you know, cleaning supplies and napkins and Kleenex and whatever. Yeah. Like you would think the toilet paper would be over there. No, nowhere to be seen. So we're like, okay, that's weird. And we walk up and down this entire store looking at like the aisle signs where it says, you know, coffee and cleaning and whatever.
And we did this so many different times.
We went back and forth through the store at least 3 times.
Because I kept thinking he was just being dumb. And
yeah.
Like, I was like, you're just a boy, like, let me find it. But it's like,
you're just like, oh, it's a grocery store. There's toilet paper here. That's what grocery stores are for. But apparently in the town of Pigeon Forge, no one has invented toilet paper. There wasn't even an...
Or they were just out.
Well, there wasn't even a space for it. That was the thing, is like in every aisle, there was not an empty shelf where the toilet paper goes.
It was really weird.
And there was no like aisle sign that indicated, you know, toilet paper and stuff here. So I think we ended up going down the baby aisle, I think, just looking for like, you know, baby wipes or something. And yeah, that was
was
ridiculous.
Just kind of a like funny thing.
Yeah, that was all a bust.
It was just very weird.
The dinner was really good though. I mean, that was a really, really good dinner, but yeah, it was crazy that it cost like $100-some for steaks and potatoes.
Okay, so the next thing, I just feel like I need to preface with, I am a very emotional person when I get tired, or basically like if my basic human needs aren't met.
Basic human needs.
If I'm tired, if I'm hungry, if I'm like too cold or too hot, I like I need my basic human needs to be met, or I.
If you've ever seen a 5-year-old throw a temper tantrum,
I'm not proud of it. I'm really not proud of it, but like it is a thing that I do sometimes. It's just like if all of the things happen at once, you don't want to be around me. And so it was on our way from Tennessee to Georgia, right? Or no, wait, Tennessee. We were going to the Towns County, Georgia. So yeah, Georgia. The like middle part of Georgia where we stayed in the tiny house. So it was on our way to the tiny house when all of this happened. So it started off like every other good morning. Like I was excited to go. And okay, one of my favorite things to do on vacation, which there wasn't a lot of this in the vlogs, and I'm kicking myself for because Cameron kept saying like, vlog everything, like let's get even the stops on the way, like let's just, you know, do it. And I was very like, I still have a hard time vlogging in public. Like I feel like I want the memories so badly.
She's just like, but we're breaking
rules.
but
I just like, I feel weird about it because I never want to be the person that like goes in and films and like the worker says like, you can't be filming in here. Because I would cry. Like, I'm just a person that can't handle that kind of stuff. To me, that's confrontation.
Man, we need you to turn that camera off in here. And she's just like, just take me off, sir. It's fine.
Exactly.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Literally, it's stupid, but that's how I am. And so I was really weird about it. But I'm
the total opposite here. I was just like,
true.
Let's
he
film.
He just does whatever.
And she's like, what if they say stop? And I'm just like, I don't care.
And so I kept going like, no, let's not. But we went to a lot of coffee shops is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like little coffee shops that were kind of not off the beaten track, but just like ones that
local
were different and not like, you know, just your everyday like Dunkin' Donuts and stuff like that. So we went to a lot of cool ones. We actually had lots of good experiences. Oh, we did have one bad experience, which I'll talk about real quick before actually, no, I need to talk about the meltdown first because that happened before. It all happened in succession. It was just a very bad morning for a minute. And if anyone knows me, I'm not usually like this. Like I'm usually happy morning. Like I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. Like let's have a wonderful day. Like I'm usually that.
Has everyone got their positive mental attitude?
And so this was just total role reversal for like I was Cameron for he wasn't even me, but he was just not as horrible as I was.
Then I'm just the annoyed parent.
Yeah, pretty much. Because okay, what happened? So we were leaving. Oh yeah, it was that there was so much freaking mountains that we had to go through. And so at one point,
and these are all really windy roads too.
And my whole thing was we are not stopping at a Starbucks. We are not stopping at a Dunkin'. I need to have a cute little local coffee shop somewhere. Oh, it was bad. Okay, so.
And boy, did she let me know it.
I can't remember. Did the meltdown start before that coffee shop or did it really start after? I feel like it was after.
It really got bad after. Yeah, it was bad before, but things went real south.
I started freaking out. Like,
She was at stage 9 of a 10 stage meltdown.
I was basically like, I was so tired because, for one, well, we'd gotten up early. I was going to say it was because we'd stayed in the tiny house, but that actually isn't true.
We had to get out of Pigeon Forge before traffic got really bad because traffic there is nuts.
And like when I have to get up early, I'm okay with it. But if I don't have my coffee, things get really bad real quick. And so we head out and and this was my own fault too, like now that I look back at it, because I told him, I was like, it's fine. Like, cause the coffee shop we were going to hit, like as soon as we like left, wasn't open or there wasn't a good way to get to it.
There was construction.
We just couldn't get it. So we keep going and I'm like, oh, I'm totally fine. Like, let's just continue. It'll be good. Like, we're all good. So we keep going and going.
Little did he know.
And going. And like at this point, we've hit a couple of the stops in the vlog that you'll see of us like looking out onto the mountains. Oh, and actually before the coffee meltdown happened, this other thing happened where we go out on this lookout where it's like when you're driving, they have like little lookouts on the mountain where you can stop, park your car and like look out. It was super cool. That was honestly one of my favorite parts of the whole trip was that, like being able to do that. And so we're looking out at everything, and I'm just in an adventurer mood, you know, because this was before the meltdown. I was still happy in the morning because I had the hope that coffee was coming to me soon. But okay, so we get to this lookout, and there's this little trail that I see, and I'm like, ooh, let me go take a look-ski.
And for context here, she is in a dress and like flip-flops or something.
Yeah, what was I in? No, I was in tennis
hiking.
shoes. I had tennis shoes on.
Yeah, you had tennis shoes on and a little ratty dress. You didn't bring your cell phone. You didn't bring anything. She was just like, oh, a trail.
And so I start walking up this trail.
I'm, taking pictures and just kind of looking at the view and whatever. And she kind of wanders off. So I'm trying to just keep her in my, line of sight. Because somebody has a habit of wandering sometimes. So I'm just, making sure she's still visible.
So I see the little trail and I just go up it. Because I was just, when you get in that mood where you just feel like I want to go on an adventure and like I'm going to be the person Callie is having some relations with a pillow right now. Anymore, she doesn't even stop doing it. Like, we'll catch eye contact with her and we both look at, like, I'm looking at Callie, Callie's looking at me, and she'll stop for a second, like, freeze.
And then just keep
And
going.
then after a minute, she's just like, whatever, and continues. And I'm like, you're my sweet baby girl.
If anyone wants a dog, let us know.
She's hilarious. But so I see this trail, I go up, and I'm having a great time, like, looking up it, and I just want to keep going. Like, I'm just in that mood of, like, you know what? It's the start of our vacation, and I'm going to be the star of my own movie, and...
It's a good day. The sun is shining.
Yeah, and so I'm just, like, walking up the trail, and...
Immediately, I'm just like, okay, well, I guess we're doing Alicia's search and rescue here. So I waddle on over and wander up this trail. And she's like way down here at this point. Like she's gone a while away. And I'm like, where are you going? She's like, I don't know, this way. We need to get back to the car. Oh, okay. And then we start walking back and I'm like, okay, you can't wander off without your phone or something. Like you gotta let me know where you're going. It's fine, blah, blah, blah. And then this dude, like this kind of weird looking dude is walking down this trail as we were walking back. And she was like, you know, probably a good idea that we don't do that from now on.
So then I swear it had to be like 2 hours later or so. Like
it was a while.
It was after we'd been driving for a while and I still have not had coffee. And okay, to my, not benefit, but like my defense, okay, usually I have probably equivalent to 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day, like in the morning. I have now been up for probably, I would say 4 hours at this point or more with no coffee. And then I think the top of a muffin is what I've eaten all day, like all morning. And
yeah, there was like one left or something.
And I ate the top and then you got the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was not happy that I ate the top, but he was like, I didn't expect it.
Here you go, idiot. So anyways, we're in the middle of nowhere and this is like the only town for a while, so we
and of
stopped.
course I see the name Sassy Sunflower and I'm like, oh my god, yes, like,
because I think
so cute.
we had to stop for gas, so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's get gas, we'll go to this place, because we just asked Google and that was the only coffee shop for the next like hour.
Anyway, we go to this place and we get the food and so I'm cranky and Cameron,
and she wants
I
food
guess,
and coffee
and Cameron
whatever.
I guess thought we were gonna sit there and eat, and I was not under the same.
Well, you wanted to get something that I was like, you're not going to eat that in the car.
Oh, no. I think, she brought it out on plates.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, can we just get it? And he didn't want to ask. And of course, like, I'm not going to ask. So I was annoyed, but also I was like, well, I'm not going to ask, so whatever. So I'm already starting to get a little bit annoyed, and we're eating the food, and
you had like a breakfast
and
sandwich?
I'm weird, and Cameron always thinks I'm so, like, what do you call, not like I'm a princess the way I do this, but I can't eat and drink coffee. Like, it has to be a separate thing.
Yep.
I have to eat with water. I just have to.
And boy, did she have a fit about this, because she has her breakfast sandwich and her coffee. I got my fruit or something.
Oh yeah,
in the coffee.
No, I got fruit with my thing, and then you got some kind of pastry.
Yeah,
I turn over.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm not proud of myself, but I was so
this
upset.
At the Sassy Sunflower in the middle of wherever the hell we were. This is when it
And we
really
were the
sunk
only
into me
people
that things were about to get worse.
Because I go, well, I can't eat this in here. My water is in the car. And I mean, I was pretty sassy. I mean, it was the Sassy Sunflower.
She was
what else are you
getting in
supposed to
a
do?
mood.
And I was just like, well, I can't eat this in here.
I
God,
can't
just telling
have
the
coffee.
story, I
Yeah.
hate myself. But I was like, I can't eat this in here. You know I need to drink my water.
And mind you, this is the only coffee place anywhere, so they know that, and they charge like ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it was
coffee was like
expensive as hell.
$10. It was stupid.
And so I'm just like, well, I guess I can just eat this fruit.
Yeah. Because she was like, go up and get me a water. And I was like, I don't want to pay $4 for a water. Just eat your food and shut up and get in the car.
And of course, so at that moment, I just shut down because I'm
Oh,
like, well,
God.
you're being to me, so I'm just gonna eat my fruit and I'm gonna be upset about it. I hope
Get out
other
of
people
here.
have these moments with their significant
Oh, my
others,
God.
too. It's not always daisies, okay?
It's Sassy Sunflower sometimes. This is the point where the day goes.
So I eat my fruit, whatever, but I can't drink my coffee
Eats
yet.
her fruit,
I have
but
to
is not
wait.
happy about it.
I have to wait for my coffee until I get into the car because I
can't
want to
drink coffee and eat.
because I want to eat my sandwich first, but I have to wait to do that until I get to my water that's in the car. So I eat my fruit. I'm like staring at Cameron, like, hurry up, like, let's go.
He's
not pleased.
mad.
He's not pleased with me. And so we get out and we go in the car and I'm with my water now. And so I'm eating my breakfast sandwich and my water. Everything's dandy, whatever. And then I try my coffee.
And this is where it all went down.
I blame the sassy sunflower. So I try my coffee, which I got like, you know, it was either gingerbread, caramel apple. It was something like it was supposed to be.
Some like seasonal flavor
yes.
thing, yeah.
And it was supposed to be, like I was expecting Starbucks level or even just any other coffee shop's level of sweetness.
Well,
it
and
tasted
it's like all
like
they used
absolute
was like
trash.
all they
I
used
am
was
not
like
joking.
syrup, and yeah,
it literally tasted like gas station coffee with nothing else in it, like just the coffee.
Not even good gas
like
station
black
coffee. Yeah.
Like that's what it tasted like, and I was like, excuse me. And so at this point I can't drink it. I can't drink that kind of stuff. It was disgusting. I wanted to throw it up.
In her defense, I mean,
it was bad because his tasted the same way.
I'm a bit of a coffee snob-ish, and that was.
It was bad. It was just bad. I
got like a caramel latte, like a really basic
No, yeah,
thing.
because I tried yours and I was like, no, yours is absolutely
It was very
just
like
as trash.
Not bitter. It just tasted like old, and like the flavor just wasn't there.
Right. It was just bad, and so it was just a
I
horrible
just slurp
bad
it down
experience.
because I just want coffee.
So now at this point, like I've already been peed off. Like I don't know if you can say pissed on
whatever
YouTube, but I'm already like peeved because there were so many little things, and I'm a person where it's the little things that get me. It's not like the big things, because if a big thing happens, just one big thing, usually I'm like, it's fine, like we're gonna look past everything's good. But it's when the little things,
the universe sometimes just throws you a curveball.
My like, I'm just like, I can't. And so this coffee is awful, and
it was not good.
yeah. And so we can just keep driving, and at this point, I'm just like upset because like we should have already gotten the coffee. And in my head, I'm like, I can't be mad at Cameron because he stopped to get the coffee. It's not his fault. It was bad.
And that was the only option. I mean, that was
it was literally like it had nothing to do with you. It was not your fault, but you had to handle me afterwards because I wasn't mad at you. I was just upset. And so I think I started crying because I was just like, I'm so tired. I just need caffeine. And that coffee wasn't good. And I always feel like
here's how it worked.
But I feel safe crying to you. Like, I feel like it's okay. I can let my emotions out because you just go like, there.
Yeah, I told her, like, we will stop again, but this is all the coffee you
Comment
get.
below if you guys get upset about stupid
Oh my God.
too.
So she's...
We keep driving, and we're going through the mountains yet again.
It's a lot of... It sucked. It was a lot of driving.
Like, it was great in the beginning, but then after a while, you're just like, oh my God. So... there's nowhere to get coffee, and then we finally
there was like maybe one other gas station.
We finally find some local ones coming up, but we don't like see them soon enough. And one of them was turned into like a hardware store, and I was like, no, let's.
Oh yeah, no, that was it.
Just turn around. I'm sure there's coffee in there somewhere. Like I was desperate. So we get to this town that's like close to where we're staying, and I look up this coffee shop, and we get there and it's closed on the one day we're there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And so we're parked, and I'm just like, I think I told Cameron because I really had to pee too. I feel like all of the stories start or end with me saying like, I had to pee so bad.
I need to go to the bathroom. There's no coffee.
And so I had to pee, and I was like, ugh, whatever. Like, I am so upset at this point. And like every little thing that Cameron's doing is just making me even more aggravated. Then we see some kind of shop. I don't remember what it was called. It was like the local grocery store. So I walk in, and I'm just like so angry, and I'm angry walking. Like, you can probably tell I'm angry. The way Cameron tells it is so funny. I was like, really?
Walk into this grocery store, and I'm like, okay, there's probably a bathroom in like, you know, by the pharmacy or like in a back corner. That's where grocery stores always have the bathrooms. So we walk over towards the pharmacy side of the store. So we go over here. And the bathroom is actually over here in the back corner. So we go left, bathroom's actually to the right, whatever. Not a big deal, not a huge store.
It was a big deal. I had to pee so bad.
No. It was bad, but it wasn't there yet. We walk over to the left, pharmacy, there's no bathroom in sight. And then I'm just like, okay, I guess the bathroom's back there, and we kind of walk down the aisle, and it's not in that backside either. And Alicia just goes, well, great!
That's all I said. I was like,
okay.
well, great. Me walking into the bathroom and me walking out, two completely different people.
It was hilarious.
Two completely different people. When I walked into the bathroom, I was on the verge of tears again. I pee. And I'm fine now. Like, I just really had to pee.
So she comes out of the bathroom, and I'm standing there
and
waiting for
I
her.
go, I'm actions? Like I'm
No, your exact
wait,
words
did I
were.
just-
Now that I've had a moment to
Yeah.
reflect on myself and my actions,
I was like, now
I'm
that I've had a
sorry.
moment, like we're all good. I just needed a moment to breathe. I had
And
made,
then the real
I
kicker.
had made the decision while I was in the bathroom because sometimes I just need a moment to yourself. Comment if you're the same. We're like, so I just need to be out of the situation that's making me upset for a minute, which was the bathroom for me where I was peeing. And I was just like, okay, take deep breaths. Because I do work myself up a bit sometimes.
A bit.
I have a tendency to do that to myself. So I'm just like take a few deep breaths. And I'm like, okay, there is a Starbucks in the store. You are just going to get coffee there. Suck it up. I know. I felt like it was my mom talking to me. And I was like, suck it up. I know you want little cute, like, not gift shop, like little cute coffee shops or whatever. But you know what? You know what you like at Starbucks. It'll get you your caffeine. Like,
come on,
you are
girl,
going
you
to
got
have.
this.
I was like, you are going to have a great day from here on out.
But the
you
whole
stop
time.
it with your meltdown. Like, we're good. And so that's me in the bathroom, and I've collected myself, and I'm immediately in a better mood. I just need to pep talk myself sometimes. And so I walk out, and like he said, I was just like, I'm sorry. Like, I realized I was whatever. And so I was like, I'm just gonna need a quick moment, real quick.
But
so,
up until this point, she had made a point
Oh, yeah.
several times.
Because
I was like,
we had gone by a bunch of Starbucks, and I had just put my foot down, and I was like, no, I'm not getting Starbucks. I'm going to a cute coffee shop. I don't want Starbucks.
And threw a huge fit
like
every
I
time.
did. I am not proud of it. I really did throw a fit about the Starbucks thing, and so I say, I'm just gonna need one moment, babe. And
So we're walking out of the store, and she takes a right turn towards the Starbucks stand. And in the back of my mind, I said, I swear to God, if you go up and order
And I
some
go up,
poofy latte,
and
I'm
I'm
gonna
like-
just WWE metal chair back of the head.
And I go up and I'm like,
Hi.
Can I have 2 pumps pumpkin, 2 pumps white mocha?
And
like
I
say it so calmly and
am
whatever.
fuming at this.
But as soon as I have my coffee and we walk out of that store, I swear
She's
it was
just like-
a different person. It was crazy. Like, I was in a great mood then, and I was
I
like,
can't wait to get to the tiny
yeah,
house.
I was just so,
And I'm just,
like, I just feel Cameron like, what? He's so confused, and I was just in a better mood. So that was that story.
oh my God. Just that whole time. No Starbucks, we're going somewhere. And then, hi, can I get a Cinderella's carriage or whatever? Oh my God, I was gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, I did put down my vegan milkshake because in my vlog in Savannah, I was like, oh, and there's a vegan milkshake in the freezer that I'll tell you guys about when I drink it. I never mentioned it
that turned
again.
into a piece of concrete.
I never mentioned it again in the vlog, but I wanted to let you guys know here in case you were wondering and, it left you on edge.
Hashtag show us your milkshake.
So, yeah, it ended up, it was in the freezer, obviously, and I think, was it the night before we left?
Yeah.
Like the night, and then we were gonna leave the next morning from Savannah. I was like, well,
Bright and early,
I have to drink it, and so it was good though. It was good. I'll just say it was good, but it took a while for it to melt, and so I think I tried drinking like half of it and then I threw it away. But it was very good. Just if you guys are in Savannah and you want to try it, Callie. Sweetie. Next on here, I just have like how we liked each places, our favorite parts, would we want to go anywhere again. My favorite day, there were two favorite days for me. One of my favorites was the Tennessee. Callie. You're just gonna hear what is not beeping,
Glowworm.
like squeaking in the
Squeakies.
background. Yes.
She's always happy when she discovers where the squeaker is, so she could sit there and squeak it for
over
like
and
an
over.
hour.
So my favorite day was definitely the Moonshine Place in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. And then my other favorite was in Savannah when we went to like the cool ice cream shop, the beer brewery.
Give me that.
The brewery. And what else did we do? We did a lot in the taco place. Like we did a lot on that day. And
Yeah, because we went to like
and then we went to the Little Duck Diner, and it
Yeah.
was really good. Yeah, so those were probably my favorite days because I feel like we did the most, but it was also stuff that we enjoyed the entire time.
Yeah.
Like we had fun the whole day. So much walking in Savannah though.
Yeah.
I was not just like you walk all day.
Everywhere, yeah.
Like it was. I mean, that's what I expected, but it's just like when you actually do it, you're like. You don't realize how long it takes to get places, I guess, by
and
walking.
And that day, too. I mean, we walked
Yeah.
from one side of Savannah to the other. I mean, it was
and
a
back
lot
and
of walking.
forth, because we went from, lots of back and forth and like,
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it was so much fun. And honestly, like, now I miss it. Like, I miss being able to just, like, walk everywhere and having all of that so close to us, because the place we stayed was right across from Forsyth Park. It was so cool.
Yeah, we were dead in the center
That
of
was
everything.
really, really cool. I had so much fun in Savannah. I had so much fun in every single place. I will say that the Towns County place probably was my least favorite.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there again. And I love, like, camping and outdoors
Except for
and stuff,
when we went to the donut place, the Better Together donut place. So good.
God,
like,
that guy.
Yeah. I would go there every day if we lived there.
Yeah. Those were some of the best donuts I've ever had in my life. And the guy working there was one of the funniest people I've ever met.
He was awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, that was great. I would agree that I think those were my favorite days. The moonshine place was awesome. That was fun though too, just because it was like all sorts of just weird local things.
Mm-hmm. We ended up deciding that we like going for like, what do we do? Like 2 days for each place instead of like dragging places out. We liked being able to only have those 2 days so that we could like just
you can just do stuff
more.
and then move on too, because I feel like that's one of the things with vacation is like, especially when you do a week or something, you know, you kind of do everything you want to
just
do
in
in
one
like a
place
day
for
or two.
a week,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like you always do the fun stuff and then you're just kind of like, well,
and then you don't want to do it again because you're like, well,
right, and it's
you know.
expensive and you've already done it, so it's like you just want to go. But
Yeah.
plus, I feel like if we would have done that for our vacation this time, I feel like because of everything that's going on, there was a lot of stuff we couldn't do or didn't feel comfortable doing.
Yeah.
And if we wouldn't have had the stuff that's going on in the world right now, I feel like we could have done another day in each place.
Yeah, totally.
But because of that, like it was good that we only
it all
had
worked
those 2
out.
days.
I mean,
it
yeah,
was no, honestly, I feel like it was perfect. Like it ended up just being perfect, except for the one meltdown. Luckily, there was only one meltdown though. I didn't have any more than that.
I figured at least one would happen at some point. I didn't know when, but you know, we got it out of the way early.
It's always when I'm tired. I'm just a different person when I'm tired. Can any of you relate? Like I can't.
You're a different person when you're tired. You're a different person when you're hungry. You're a different person when you're
They're all
cranky and gotta
different,
pee.
different types of different people though.
Yeah, but
Like,
when
I'm
they
not-
all combine,
Yeah.
that's what it's like.
Yeah.
Like when Godzilla walks out of the ocean, that's the feeling you get.
Okay, so more about the ghost hunting, because we really didn't talk too much about it in the vlog, because I was going to do a voiceover but ended up not, because like we didn't really see that much or whatever.
Kind of a bust.
So okay, here's the gist, because I did want to talk about the guy we saw when we were out, the weird guy. So okay, so we think we're gonna go ghost hunting, whatever. I'm so excited about it.
And
So is
it's
he. Like we're stoked because we're both very
10 or
like.
11.
I mean, that to us is fun.
Yeah.
Like doing that kind
Well,
of
we're
stuff.
into
is
that
fun.
kind of stuff, so yeah,
Cause
like, sure.
yeah, and he's more of like the skeptic. We always say we're who are the paranormal
Ryan and
guys?
Shane.
Ryan and Shane, and I'm Ryan, right? Yeah, like cause literally that is our dynamic, is Ryan and Shane, and it's so funny. So we love watching them. And so we were so excited to go, and we walk out. It's dark out, and honestly, just walking in Savannah at night, just a heads off, like so much, like it was so nice. I don't know. I really loved Savannah.
It was cool.
So we go to like a few cemeteries, didn't we?
Yeah.
We ended up going to a few.
I did a bunch of research this day on every like haunted thing within like walking distance.
One of the research items that we found was that people say they see a woman crying or someone
Yeah.
crying. And if you go back into the My Savannah vlog and look at the footage, you can see these tombstones. But there's tombstones that go like this, and in the dark, when you look at it, like with a trick of the eye, it does look like someone bent over with like holding their knees crying. And so I told Karen that, I was like, I bet you that's what people are seeing, or that's
At
what
like a
they're-
passing glance, yeah, it looks
It
exactly
really does.
like someone
Even when you
leaning
just
near a grave
stare
or
at it,
something.
because it's
Yeah.
so dark, like if you, in your head, if you already are looking for that, you're going to see it. Like, but other than that, I don't think we didn't really see anything. There were so
Tourists.
many tour groups, and I didn't,
Things, yeah.
you were good about not getting them in the footage, because like we talked about it, but they weren't in the footage at all.
Oh my god, there were
which was good.
so many, and
But
it
yeah,
was
it was-
hard to
but it-
not get.
And
them
it
in
was kind of funny because like we'd be walking by this cemetery trying to ghost hunt, and you just hear the girl going like,
Oh, hey, well, welcome to our next stop here
you
on
hear
our
like
tour.
a little group of like 6 people, and like 2 of them are wearing, you know, ghost hunting shirts or ghost tour shirts, and they're like, and
Yeah, like
remember
Bob's
you can
Ghost Tours.
and remember you can purchase our shirts on,
Yeah.
and it was just so funny. I was
Be
like,
sure to
oh
like
my
me
god.
on Facebook and go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Thank
It
y'all
was
for
so-
coming out tonight.
Like that was hilarious, but it was really cool to see the cemeteries at night. But I was just like, how could anyone actually get any kind of footage or anything. Like,
Well, there was
there's
no way
so
to
many
like
people.
ghost. I mean, I don't
There
know
were
much
more
about
people
it, but like,
around the cemetery at night than there were when we walked around it in the
and multiple
daytime.
groups too. So there would be like one group here, and then another 10 feet. There's another group.
And some of the groups, we were just like, you know, there's like stuff going on, right? in the
Yeah,
world?
huge
'Cause,
groups
like,
of people,
50
but-
people or more sometimes.
So it was really annoying, and it was like
and it was everywhere we went. It was at every square. It was at every
single
cemetery.
stop on our list had like 100 people.
Yeah,
but
and
I think that was the thing is they all go to these same 10 places.
So that kind of was annoying. But there was one time where it was in the same night, and we were walking to one of the cemeteries, but we were passing one of the squares that wasn't said to be haunted. So that's why I don't think anyone was there, like of a group.
Yeah.
And we're walking by the square, and this guy seemed to be like
Homeless guy, I think.
drunk though.
Yeah.
Like he seemed like
He was
something
on
was
something.
Ooh, actually he might have been on something that's not drinking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he was like
He was whacked out of
he
it.
was it was one of those things where you walk by him and you're like, I don't know if he's in his right mind.
Yeah.
And it was a little scary, and Cameron was like, get behind.
Because Alicia's just waddling along, la, 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 and I'm like, hey, you know, kind of get over here.
I don't know why, but I felt like, well, we're in Savannah. Nothing bad can happen here.
Yeah.
Like, we're on vacation.
He was really weird, and he kind of started walking, like, not towards us, but, like, near us.
He was walking in our direction.
Yeah, so that was when I kind of, like, pulled her back, and I'm like, okay, you know, trying to keep an eye on this dude, and he was, like, yelling, and...
But then I think other
Weird.
people either came up behind us, like,
Yeah.
turned the corner and they were there, and so he kind of, like,
Yeah,
backed
he
off
kind
a little.
of wandered off, so...
But it was scary
that
for a
was
minute,
weird.
and we weren't expecting to be completely alone, so that was a little weird, because, like,
Yeah.
during that time, I think it was just us and that guy, and it was just like, oh, no one's gonna be here to witness if he murders us. Like, it was a little scary.
I mean, he was small. I would have smashed his face in, but...
I would have just cried.
Yeah.
I would not have been much
But he
fun.
was, you know, tweaked out or whatever, so it was...
It was a little scary.
sketchy,
but I feel like that's really all
But there
that
were
happened.
enough streetlights and
But
stuff.
we were
like,
we were gonna go ghost hunting the next night, like, and
Yeah.
do the whole shebang. But
'Cause
you
there
had to
was
pay
a-
what, like $250 per person.
it was a really cool ghost hunting thing where it was like a private experience where you...
To do
so you get a full
paranormal
ghost hunting
investigation.
kit.
Yeah,
of, like,
and you would have gotten to
recorders
go in
and
the house that we
cameras
really
and-
wanted to go into and look at.
Sorrel Weed House, that was it.
So we wanted to do it, but it took place at like 2 or 3 in the morning, which makes sense because
Yeah.
people started leaving.
And it was after the tours, because
Around
they do tours of
probably-
it, and then after that,
Yeah.
you get to rent
And so
like,
it
a
made
private
sense that it
thing.
would be like, you know, that time in the morning. Like, it
Yeah.
made perfect sense, but we were just like, well, we're leaving at literally like 8.
And it was like a 2 or 4 hour thing. 'cause,
Yeah,
it was
and
like
so we would have
midnight
had to
2
not
or
sleep,
something.
and I was like, I'm not going to do that to you when you have to drive. So I was
Yeah.
like, just forget it.
And we had to
it's
leave
fine.
at like 7 in the morning.
I
to
was
get out
totally
there.
fine with that. I was just like, whatever.
But that actually seemed really, really cool.
I would, if we went back to Savannah, which I would go back to Savannah, if I'm being honest. I would do it again, and I would do that. Favorite food place that we went?
I don't know, that one coffee shop. That was
La
one of the best.
Cedars?
Yeah, one of the best breakfast sandwiches I've ever had, and it was a chain, so I feel bad giving that. But that was one of the
We
things.
had a really good breakfast
that
there.
was really good.
That was really good, and the coffee was awesome too. No, I think that was probably my favorite food place too, to be honest. The ice cream place was really cool, but that was more of like
I
for
didn't
the
get ice
aesthetic.
cream there, yeah.
Yeah, I more of loved it for the aesthetic. If you go and look
That was
at
really
it in the
unique.
Savannah
I
flag,
love-
it was,
I loved
it was
the,
like
like, vibe, yeah.
Starland in the bazaar or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It was really, really cool.
I don't know what else we had that was like really, really phenomenally good. The fried chicken at the Pink House is pretty good, just very pricey. And I didn't really care for the service there.
And then I just put like talk about our plans, our next vacation plans, but we don't really have any yet. We're just thinking we want to do something.
we
want
to do something, but we don't know what.
We're pretty
because-
sure we want to do a road trip.
Yeah.
And if we do a road trip, we kind of want to do it like we did this time. And of course, we'll vlog it. And I'll try to vlog more and not be such a
We're just
baby
waiting
about
to see
it.
what happens with this whole situation because we don't want to plan anything right now
Yeah.
because...
But so far, our wedding has been moved to next year on October 30th. So super excited for that if it happens. And not even wedding because we already got married. We're just doing
Yeah.
a reception.
We're kind of just doing like a yay
And we're doing like a
party.
Halloween.
Yeah.
So we're going to do like costumes and stuff. So that'll be fun. I'm just being a princess because I am a princess. So I'm not really dressing up.
I'm going to
just
be
being
the
my everyday self.
guy who forgot this was happening today, so he just wore this. Or 3-hole punch gem.
That's basically the tell-all, like, spill the tea of our honeymoon adventure. We had so much fun. We can't wait for next year for our next adventure, which once we figure out what we want to do, we'll like let you guys know about it. And
Yeah, we want to do a road
whatnot
trip.
and
We just
vlog
don't
it.
know what direction we want to go yet.
And this time, and let me know in the comments below if you guys would like this better if I did also vlog like in the car, like on the way. to places, because I just wasn't sure if you guys would enjoy that content of like us actually
sitting in a
like
car.
exactly. Because obviously we could do that kind of content and it would probably make for more content, and then we could like I could make it into even shorter / like more vlogs or whatever, or longer and more vlogs. So yeah, just let me know what kind of content you guys liked for the vlog, if you guys have a preference, in the comments below. And that's pretty much it. So
and don't ever try and eat this whole nacho box.
Thank you, Cameron, for being here with me. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.